you've been everything to everybody else and nothing to yourself. And what I mean is, you have focused on pleasing everybody else, making sure everyone else was taken care of, and you always put people first, put all your needs to the back, just neglected yourself for far too long. So it's time to stop people pleasing. It's time to put yourself on that front burner, on the forefront, and start taking care of you. Because what happens is throughout life, especially for men, you hear me? Like, we become so focused on again, just making sure everybody else taken care of, that we don't provide ourselves and give ourselves the things that we need to navigate this world. And even for women, being just natural nurturers, you hear me? Sometimes women literally will go days and hours without eating, but they in the kitchen cooking, everybody coming in and grabbing something to eat, and yet they haven't even sat down all day. So this message is for the people who are people pleasers. You hear me? Myself included. I consider myself a former people pleaser because now, like, it is what it is. I just kind of do me. You hear me? But to people that's struggling with literally like not taking care of themselves because they want to make sure everybody else happy. Like, you got to ask yourself, if the shoe was on the other foot and you need it at a moment's notice, would the people that you are trying to please go out their way to make sure you good? Would they make sure you're taken care of? And that's a hard conversation. And I'm willing to bet that a lot of y'all can answer no. How many times have you been in a situation where, like, you were preoccupied, or you had plans, you already had things set up, your day was already mapped out, and somebody called with an emergency, somebody called, they were in despair, and you dropped everything and ran. You dropped everything and just went to their rescue, went to be by their side to make sure they were good, make sure they were taken care of. But then when you needed, you were in the same situation. You needed somebody to be by your side in a moment's notice. It was excuse after excuse. It was, well, I'm busy right now. You hear me? Like, oh, well, I can't because I got to do this. I got this going on. You gotta match that energy. And it's not to be like mean and be spiteful and be hateful. It's about protecting you. It's about making sure you're taken care of. Because if you don't take care of you, who else will? If you don't put yourself first, who else will? And that's the reality of this thing. As a former people pleaser myself, you hear me? Like, I will worry and stress myself out to the point of no return just to make sure, you know, everybody had what they needed. Whenever somebody called, what they drama, they mess, or whatever, I answer the phone. They venting. I'm taking it all in. You hear me? This was constant. But I couldn't pick up the phone and call and vent to nobody. Sleepless nights. How many of y'all have had sleepless nights where you so worried about your people, your family, your friends, you know, that's going through it. You hear me? But you gotta stop people pleasing though, because you end up hurting the end. You the one who end up with less in the end. You give and you give and you give, and then there's nothing given in return. You don't receive anything in return. You hear me? Like, you have to get to a point to where you say, you know what, it's about me. I love everybody else. I love my family. I love my friends. But I'm gonna make sure I'm good. And this even goes for like strangers though. Like, you hear me? Sometimes we be out in public and somebody might say a slick remark to you. You might giggle it off, not to be confrontational. You know, you walking down the street or you walking in the store, and to please the next person, they see you coming, but they don't move to the side, you hear me? And you do. No, you stay still. Like, you walk the path, they can move. They can acknowledge, like, hey, we both need to move or something, but don't always be the first person to just give in. I think people pleasing has caused a lot of us to literally like uh to for a lot of us to just like forget who we are, because our entire existence for the most part has been about other people. But when you change your mindset and you get out of that habit of wanting to make sure everybody else happy and you focus on making sure you good, life starts to shift and starts to change, you hear me? Everything starts to look a little different. And there's gonna be a lot of people that's not gonna like it. It's gonna be a lot of people that's gonna say you change and you supposed to. And again, you don't have to be nasty and be spiteful about it. You can literally just be like, man, this is who I am. This is who I'm becoming. I'm taking care of me. I'm putting myself first. And you'll be surprised how many people start falling off, whether that's family, friends, acquaintances, whatever. You'll be surprised. Like once you start to like really hone in and focus on you, focus on what you got going on, and no matter what, you come first. You'll be surprised how many people just start slipping through the cracks. Now they don't check in. They rarely did anyway, but all of a sudden, you the villain in this story. Cause see, people, when you're a people pleaser, people uh forget all of the times that like you were there for 'em, you hear me? That you broke your back, you gave them your last when you didn't have it to give. They'll forget everything that you done for them. But they gonna remember that one time you told them no, or that one time you put up those boundaries, or that one time you was like, nah, I can't do it. When you start taking care of yourself and stop people pleasing, the minute you start doing that, I'm telling you, just watch. Just how people are. They gonna say you changed. And what Jay-Z said, people say you changed as if you worked as hard to stay the same. Once you do the work to identify that people pleasing ain't benefiting you, like you losing more than you gaining, and it's not profitable for you, and you start to like implement those changes to make sure you good, people going try to crucify you. They're gonna try to put you on the cross, and let them. You know what I mean? As long as you know that the intentions were always good and it was always pure and it always came from a good place, keep moving forward. Keep moving forward. Don't let nobody try to make you feel bad for finally putting up a barrier to protect yourself. Don't let people try to shame you. You hear me? So you got to stop people pleasing. You got to start pleasing and taking care of you. You hear me? Because at the end of the day, if you ain't got you, who else gonna have you? You hear me? So just remember that, man. And I hope this message, touch somebody. I hope somebody can get something from you, you hear me? But be sure to like, stop people pleasing, man. It's time to like put your foot down, man.